fair price. Even when you tripping, I pay for you. Correlate for you. So will arrange for you. I take it for like a long earlier in the day for you. Just to reach the air repair that you know I'm making for you. Promise me.
If you're Yo Gotti right now, whew, this one has to sting in a way no hit record or luxury watch can fix. Losing Angela Simmons after years of dreaming about her was already a heartbreak people said he'd never really gotten over. But losing GloRilla on top of that, losing the woman who was supposed to be the crown jewel of CMG, the artist he poured his resources, energy, and reputation into, only to watch her pop out with a brand new boo? This one cuts way deeper. Because what started off as a strictly professional boss and superstar rookie type of connection slowly shifted into something that had a whole lot more electricity than corporate mentorship ever required. And everybody online could see it. The lavish gifts, the private jets, the coordinated outfits, the diamond chains, the exclusive dinners. Fans were screaming that Memphis had just birthed its next power couple. Memphis royalty in the making. Memphis Bonnie and Clyde loading. But then, almost overnight, the entire thing flipped on its head. GloRilla, tired of being the maybe girl, tired of the unspoken vibes, tired of the internet turning her into the secret second storyline in Gotti's life, dropped a bombshell the size of a stadium. She told the world straight up she had a man, a real man, a solid man.
Hey, how y'all doing? Come on over here, man. Y'all whole squad, you know what I'm saying?
A man who wasn't hiding her, wasn't juggling narratives, wasn't putting her in the mysterious gray area where the blogs had to figure out what was happening. And when she said it, it hit the internet like a grenade with no pin. Because whether Gotti and Glo were officially together or not, the world always felt like there was something. See, their whole story didn't begin with mess. It began with glitter. Flashing cameras, viral moments, a signing announcement that looked like a movie trailer. Because when Glo inked her CMG deal in 2022 after F&F exploded, the world immediately saw that this wasn't just some regular artist signing. This was a coronation. And Gotti, being the boss he is, didn't hold back. He made that announcement so loud, it drowned out everything else on the internet that day. Glo stepped onto his private jet with the biggest smile of her life, and Gotti handed her a duffel bag rumored to be stuffed with $500,000. Then came the chain, then the Maybach, then the first-class everything. It was like he was saying, she's not just an artist, she's the artist. She's the future. From that moment on, every interaction between them fueled fan speculation. They didn't even have to do anything romantic. Just standing near each other had the internet screaming that something was going on. A shared laugh at an industry event? Oh, they definitely vibing. Matching fits at a CMG party? Oh, they coordinating now. One single screenshot of Gotti's hand barely brushing the small of Glo's back on a red carpet? Twitter nearly shut down. TikTok was stitching clips like detectives solving a crime. Instagram commenters acted like body language experts. You would have thought they were solving a federal conspiracy, not watching two co-workers at an event. And even though Gotti kept insisting it was strictly business, and Glo kept echoing the same, the denials didn't calm anyone down. In fact, they made it worse. Because in the world of celebrity gossip, a denial is practically an admission. The more they said, it's nothing, the louder people insisted it had to be something. Fans were zooming in on necklaces, analyzing emojis, comparing IG story timestamps like they were studying evidence for a Supreme Court case. Every single detail became a clue. every single post became a breadcrumb. And then came the twist that blew everything wide open. Angela Simmons. Angela wasn't some side character. She was Yo Gotti's longtime dream girl. He rapped about her. He manifested her. People rooted for him because it felt like a fairy tale. The man who once said her name in a verse actually got her in real life.
Are you guys together still or no?
No.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Aw. Yeah. Not by choice, but, I respect him. It's all love. Like,
it's not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it, no.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships. I stand.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man, pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended, did he end the relationship or did he?
No, it was my choice. I had to make a decision. But I think there's a certain level of what I can share and would share publicly. You know what I mean? And I can publicly say that I'm not with him anymore. But as far as details, I would just never.
When they finally went public, fans said it was destiny fulfilled. They were glamorous. They were stylish. They were traveling, posting matching fits, smiling in tropical locations. They were the Instagram aesthetic people envied. But behind the scenes, cracks were beginning to form. By early 2025, those cracks turned into earthquakes, and GloRilla, intentionally or not, was in the middle of it. Not because she did something messy, but because the internet kept inserting her into the picture. Angela noticed it. Anyone in her shoes would have noticed it. Blogs weren't talking about Angela and Gotti as much anymore. They were talking about Gotti and Glo. The headlines were shifting, the comments were shifting, the attention was shifting. And Angela did the one thing that always signals trouble in celebrity relationships. She skipped the birthday post. No tribute, no mushy caption, no photo dump, nothing. Fans immediately smelled blood in the water. Then the real confirmation dropped. Angela and Gotti unfollowed each other. No explanation needed. Everyone understood exactly what that meant. Suddenly, gossip sites were pushing theories left and right. Some claimed Angela was simply tired of the constant Gotti-Glo rumors. Others said she felt overshadowed by GloRilla's rising star power. And some suggested Gotti crossed certain lines behind the scenes that Angela just couldn't tolerate. Either way, the narrative landed in one place. Their relationship had quietly crumbled. And when Angela finally addressed it, she said just enough to confirm that the story wasn't as simple as people thought. She admitted she didn't want the breakup. She admitted it wasn't her choice. She admitted she would have stayed. She didn't drag him. She didn't bash him. She just said she respected the decision, but she wouldn't have made it. That alone told the whole story. So while the internet kept creating theories about GloRilla being the cause of their split, Angela made it clear. She didn't walk away. She was pushed out of the narrative. And that opened the door for rumors that Gotti himself didn't seem ready to shut down. Which brings us right back to GloRilla. Because while Gotti was licking the wounds of losing Angela, his longtime dream girl, GloRilla was leveling up and stepping into her own spotlight. She was blowing up, touring nonstop, going viral every week, building her own legacy. And then she dropped the ultimate twist. She had a man who wasn't tied to the industry politics, a man who wasn't balancing past relationships with new alliances, a man who wasn't hiding her or letting fans speculate. And that's when everything came full circle. Yo Gotti lost Angela Simmons, the woman he chased for nearly a decade. And he lost GloRilla, the woman fans swore he would end up with. 2 L's back to back, and the internet is eating it up. Because whether he admits it or not, whether he keeps it professional or keeps it quiet, the reality is this. He didn't just lose an artist. He didn't just lose a muse. He lost the entire fantasy storyline the internet built around him. And now GloRilla is out here glowing, leveling up, and making it very clear that no woman wants to spend her life being the runner-up when she could be the main event. When Angela Simmons finally spoke up and admitted that she and Yo Gotti were no longer together, the internet froze. And the way she said it, soft, calm, but with that unmistakable undertone of disappointment only a woman who tried her hardest can convey. She made it clear she wasn't with him anymore, but she also made it just as clear she wasn't about to drag him or expose intimate details. And that's the part that hit people the hardest. Because if she wasn't saying it, everyone else absolutely would. And they did. The moment Angela was suddenly out of the frame, the spotlight didn't slowly roll over to GloRilla. It snapped to her like a camera flash. Overnight, the internet rewrote the entire storyline. Now, Glo wasn't just Yo Gotti's artist. She was the mysterious woman who supposedly captured his attention without needing a decade of lyrical manifestations or romantic fantasies. While Angela had been the dream, Glo was portrayed as the reality, the spontaneous, unfiltered, unapologetic spark that no one saw coming. For him, it looked like a clean transition into a new chapter. For her, it put her at the center of a firestorm she didn't ask for. But here's the twist that made this whole situation messier. The relationship between Gotti and Glo was never officially defined. Not once. No confirmations, no soft launches, no matching posts announcing anything. It was all speculation fueled by body language, chemistry, and non-stop internet detective work. Still, the attention he showered on her, the gifts, the jet rides, the chains, the luxury treatment, created a narrative strong enough to shake up his 8-year crush on Angela. And even though he and Glo never publicly admitted to being together, people believed the behavior spoke louder than the silence ever could. Yet behind the scenes, things were reportedly getting rocky, and fast. Sources close to them claimed that the more Glo's star rose, the more tension built between her and Gotti. Creative disagreements were stacking up, missed studio sessions, last-minute canceled meetings, plans falling apart, and Gotti's sudden absence from events he used to dominate with pride. The same man who once flew across the country just to show up for her performances was now citing business commitments and skipping appearances altogether. Fans noticed the shift immediately. The rumors weren't just starting, they were snowballing. And that's when the money talk entered the chat. Whispers began floating around that Glo's love for luxury wasn't just a preference, it was becoming a problem. Designer bags, custom jewelry, high-end wardrobes, lavish shopping trips like they were grocery runs. Luxury wasn't a lifestyle for her, it was a habit. And fan speculation soon suggested Gotti was starting to feel the financial strain or maybe the emotional frustration. What looked like romance to the public was being reinterpreted as tension behind closed doors. But the internet wasn't prepared for the next plot twist. Gotti went live. Thousands tuned in expecting a casual vibe, maybe jokes, music, business talk. Instead, he gave them a whole celebrity meltdown that instantly became one of the most chaotic live moments of the year. During what seemed like a moment of pent-up irritation, Gotti dropped the bomb of all bombs. GloRilla stinks like a fish. The internet didn't just react, it combusted. The comment section exploded. People screamed. Screenshots flew. Fan pages saved the live so fast you think they were working for CNN. TikTok edits appeared within minutes. Twitter trended within seconds. By the next morning, the clip had spread across every corner of social media like wildfire. It was officially too late. The comment was out, and it was never going back in. Blogs jumped on it like vultures on fresh meat. Yo Gotti drags his own artist. CMG in crisis after fish comment. GloRilla and Gotti beef gets nasty. People analyzed the clip like a science project. Was he joking? Was he mad? Was it shade? Was it an inside joke gone wrong? Or was this the real Gotti finally slipping and letting the world see how ugly things had gotten? The truth didn't matter. The damage did. Insiders whispered that this wasn't even the first time Gotti made snide remarks about Glo, only the first time he accidentally broadcasted it to millions. Meanwhile, Glo went silent. No clapback, no subliminal, no reaction. And that silence screamed louder than any diss record ever could. While she kept quiet, the internet went feral. Fish emojis flooded her comments. Trolls wouldn't let the joke die. Memes piled on memes. Her name was everywhere. But then, things started making sense in hindsight. Fans remembered how Gotti and Glo arrived separately to award shows, barely looked at each other on the carpet, and kept a noticeable distance. They remembered the subliminals in her lyrics. Lines about betrayal, disappointment, people changing up. People realized she had been telling the world something without directly saying it. Still, her team released the standard industry statement. GloRilla is focused on her music and her fans. But everyone could read between the lines. The silence around Gotti's insult was a statement in itself. Then we jump to September 2025, the month the internet collectively lost its mind. GloRilla soft-launched a new man. Not officially, not dramatically, but just subtly enough to send social media spiraling. Fans noticed instantly. If the fish comment didn't end things between her and Gotti, if anything was ever between them at all, the reveal of a new boo definitely did. Sources claimed Gotti was blindsided. Others said he finally realized he couldn't play both sides anymore. Boss and lover, mentor and maybe partner, artist, coach, and secret man. GloRilla was done being the unconfirmed woman. She wanted real. She wanted solid. She wanted visible. And someone else gave her exactly that. Now, Yo Gotti's love life has officially become a cautionary tale. His story with Angela proved that long fantasies and lyrical devotion don't guarantee happily ever after. His story with GloRilla proved that if you don't make a woman feel secure, someone else will. And the biggest question left on the table? Did Yo Gotti and GloRilla ever actually date? Or was it just blurred lines until it blurred too far? No one knows. Neither will ever confirm. But the chemistry? The gifts? The drama? The live meltdown? The new boo announcement? All of that told a story without a single confession. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Was this a hidden romance gone wrong? Or just a mess of rumors and mixed signals? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because in this industry, love stories may end, but the drama never does.